For this year's recital, we are attempting to do a group tune. We'll see how this goes. In order to do that, you are all going to learn how to be studio musicians. This means you are going to need to record your track and send it to me, and it's going to be a section of the song from The Sound of Music, My Favorite Things. So there's singing parts, there's violin parts, guitar, and piano, and so you're each going to have a little section of the song and then gaps in between where you'll record your part for the song and send it to me. In order for this to work, we have to all play at the same speed, right? And so that's the hardest part about this, is all getting on the same speed. Otherwise, if we're playing it, so if we're all on the same speed, it kind of, our sound looks like this, right? So it all matches up and it looks nice and neat, and we hear it as all the beats are the same and the tempo is the same. If we don't play at the same speed, it looks like this, where all of our recordings from every person, I try to put it together and it's different speeds, and then it won't work, right? So in order to play the same speed, we need to have something to help keep us on track, right? So we need to be able to hear a certain speed in our heads so that we can play exactly on the beat. And if it's not exactly on the beat, then it won't line up. So this is a great practice in listening to a certain tempo and being able to play that. And so I want you to practice with a metronome. And then I'm going to give you your recorded parts, which also have a metronome. And what that is called is the backing track. And so you're going to listen to that on headphones. And the reason you want to listen to that on headphones, for example, you can hear the metronome here in the beginning before I start singing.
1, 2,
2, 3,
3,
1, 2, 3.
4. Raindrops on roses.
So for example, that's a part that I would give you that you would play through headphones. So you'd only have this through headphones so that when you record, you don't hear the backing track, right? So we have to have this in our headphones. Favorite things. So that we can record just our part into a microphone. Don't worry if you don't have an external microphone. I recommend using your actual phone. My phone records better sound than my computer. You can experiment and see what is the best sounding microphone for you. I like the phone because then you can also take video as well, because I would like video of your parts if possible. But main priority is just the recording at this point. So to practice to a metronome, the magic number is 140 beats per minute, which sounds like this. So that's the speed that this song is going to be at, and it's 3 beats per measure. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is what it sounds like if I can play on that exact beat. This is what it sounds like if I get off tempo and I am not playing on the metronome. Okay, so very important to try to practice to a metronome. Record yourself if you're not sure if you're playing on the click. I recommend playing softly so you can really count that rhythm in your head, or even say it out loud and see if you can play exactly on the beat. So that's really good practice for before you play along with your backing track that I send you. So for example, if I'm going to show you right now how to record to a backing track which has some singing and the violin 3 part. So I'm going to work on the violin 3 part, which has plucking. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I practice that with the metronome. My other part for the violin 3 section goes like this. Okay, so now I'm going to play that backing track now that I've practiced that, and we'll work on that separately in lesson. So then I'm going to send you your backing track. which you're going to, again, play through your headphones. So I'll show you what that looks like. And this is just going to take some time to get used to knowing when your parts come in. So you've got to know the song and your sections really well. And also look at the backing track time to see approximately when your section is going to come in, or know before what words are you coming in. So I will show you that now.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. So I'm recording this into my phone or microphone. And I was only supposed to sing verse 1 because my teacher told me to sing just verse 1. So now I'm just waiting till my next section.
These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt.
Oh, I forgot I was supposed to come in there. Okay, I'm going to rewind it.
Snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad.
Okay, I've got one more part coming up.
I simply
It's a plucking part.
remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Okay, so I just played through all my parts there. I like to have one headphone off and one on so I can hear my actual instrument as well as the backing track in my headphone so that I can kind of hear both things. It's kind of confusing, disorienting when I have both on. So try that, see how that feels. You notice there is that click there, right? If you can barely hear it. So notice that click. That's not going to be in the final recording, but that's to help you keep the beat, right? So that's that 140 beats per minute timing. So practice trying to make that full recording on just your sections. And then if you need to take breaks in between and you can't get the whole thing, because there are a lot of sections where you have rests, right, where you're not playing, then you can just send me recordings in chunks. So you could just sing, for example, on that part I had a singing section, and then I had a plucking E section, and then I had some bowing, and then more plucking at the end. So I had like 4 little sections with that song. So you can maybe break that up and just send me chunks of sections, and then I can try to put that in. And we'll see how that goes. So I think that covers it. This is going to take a lot of practice and parent involvement, so this is what we're going to work on over the next couple weeks. Everybody's going to have a singing part and a playing part, and if your singing part happens during the playing part, then you're just going to need to make two separate recordings. Okay, I think that covers it. I'll be sending you your parts, and we'll start working on this next week. All right.